So it's 4:49 a.m. The sky also looks really nice, which is great. And I'm going to drive to the Yorkshire Dales, and I have no idea where I'm going. So I've got about 4 hours to do, which is probably, hopefully 20 miles, but maybe not, depends how my legs feel. I've got eye bags, that's not good. That's not good, I'm getting old. Yeah, I did this thing of not planning a route and then getting there and just thinking, oh, I don't know where I'm going, and then I'll just go up a mountain and then just kind of keep going and then come back on myself. It's called being prepared. My car is so loud. I'm like, swear, honestly, one day I'm going to be driving along and it's just going to explode. Have fun. The sky is very nice though, which is good, and I have sun cream slathered on my body. So yeah, it's also one of my favourite parts of running is getting up mega early and then driving for like, you know, up to an hour. Well, pretty much an hour every time, if not more. At this time when like nobody's up, the sun's rising, it's a Saturday morning, no work. It's very, oh, I'm slipping. It's very peaceful, and there's lots of opportunity for just solitude really. So it's nice as the sky. Anyway, oh, I'm slipping. It's bloody freezing. So it's 6 a.m. I have arrived at. It's fucking freezing. See, the thing is with this temperature is that we're currently in a cloud. The second the sun comes out, it's going to be boiling. And because of the amount of baggage I need to wear, it gets very annoying wearing layers, because then you have to take them off. In the bag is 1.5 litres of water in here, with a lot of electrolytes, and there's two 500 mils of water in my sides, and then I've got about 5 or 6 Rice Krispie square bar things and a raisin nut bar thing. Yeah, not even. Oh. So, halfway up Penny Ghent, I've just been climbing through a cloud for the last half an hour, and how wonderful it is for it to appear. There's Penny Ghent, and I've gone halfway up it. I'm going back down to the other side, and then I'm going to come back up it in the last like 16, 17 miles. Yeah. See, this bit fucking terrifies me because there could be cows, but I can't see. This is peak numero uno, going up Fountains Fell, which is a very grassy path. But I've not been up here since my ultra, and I remember liking it the first time. 40 miles in, did not enjoy. So I've just been in all that fog, and honestly it's so nice to see things. Like, it's fucking terrifying. Not being able to see anything around you, and it being so like early and desolate and literally nobody around. So it's nice to see the earth. Especially that, how cool is that? That's awesome. So that's Penny Ghent. That's where I'm going back up in like 10 miles. You can see behind, there's like, obviously, loads of clouds. And it reminds me of that quote. I think I'm gonna butcher it, but it's like, darkness is just the absence of light. Meaning, light is always there. So like, for example, the sun is always there. But, let's say, going through a stressful period in life, whatever it may be, you're down here, in the clouds. And just like 25 minutes ago, when you're down there, you can't see anything apart from the problem, or the darkness, or the clouds. But doesn't mean the light's not there. Just means that you need to come above it. I think I butchered that, but look how awesome that is. And there's a little peak over there. So I'm 5 and a bit miles in, about an hour and 10 minutes in. I'm having a snack. I am going to do it on the go though, because I just want to keep moving, but I just thought I'd stop to speak to my camera. I've realised as well, this route I'm doing, this is so boring, but not to me. I've come up, found its fell peak, and I need to go back down it. And then probably the second I get to the bottom, I'm going to reach the halfway point, so I need to turn around and come back up it, and then back down it. And then up Penny Ghent and back down. That's kind of the point. Anyway, so the aim is to eat every hour pretty stringently, regardless of if I want to or not, because it's good practice. Also, just look at that. Honestly, hurts my brain how things can be so beautiful. Eating also used to be one of the hardest bits I found about kind of running longer distances, ultra running. But now, one, I'm used to it, and two, I actually get hungry. So like, I think 'cause I'm so used to now eating kind of every hour, literally every hour I get hungry and I actually enjoy my snack. So, about 10 miles in, about 2 hours in, and this is just a conversation with myself, because I realised I am being so aggressive in my head in terms of like, how's that noise? In terms of, right, I'm going too slow. Why is this so hard? But not slowing down. If it's too hard, I need to slow down. You know, that's the thing of ultra running, long distance running. Preserve your beans. And I'm also way ahead in the future. Like on mile 10, and I'm thinking about mile 20. So I'm gonna just remove the pressure, remove the expectation. I do this because I love it. Yeah, that's a word of myself done. Anyway, about to go up Penny Ghent. I'm sweating like a chef's arse crack, which I learnt that phrase this week. I can't remember who it was, but if you told me that, thanks, because I think it's great. Oh, fuck. I didn't actually realise that I was doing this, but I've been trying to hold a certain pace. No idea why, because I'm not training for a time. It's the kind of training is all about effort, right? And you want to be able to have a conversation and, you know, not use your beans too fast, because you need them for a long bloody time. So it was a nice realisation. I think I've been like that on the last few weeks of running, to be honest. I just realised what I've been doing. So that's good. So is that view. So I'm at the top of Penny Ghent. That was a fun climb. and it is so hot. About 11 miles in, 2 hours and a bit, so I need to eat and then down we go. But the clouds are so like fluffy and also low. Like, look at that, it's very cool. So yeah, so I'm 12 and a half miles in, about 2 hours 50, and feel, to be honest, feel pretty dead. My legs are so heavy. I think I'm in like, well, this is the last big run of this like 3-week build of mileage and stuff, and I've also done 1,000 meters already, and just intense block of training really. Busy week at work, very early starts, relatively late nights. I think the recovery side of things hasn't been as good as it could have been, should have been. So I've reached the 3-hour mark. There's also this part of a run I'm in now is a phase where there's no room for thinking, reflection, daydreaming, musings. There's no thinking. Very spaced out. Time to eat. So, here's some reflections. So currently, like 40 and a half miles in, 3 hours in. And first like 2 hours, I think when I checked in, I said I realised I was putting so much pressure and expectation and stress on myself. First 2 hours were really hard mentally, but just keep going. But physically, pretty good. Now, this last hour, I'm going to anticipate the last hour. Mentally feel good. I'm kind of really in the flow of it now, because I've realised what I was doing. You know, it's helpful. Physically, feel exhausted. I trained my legs Thursday. I did so many split squats, and my glutes and my adductors and my quads are so sore, which is not ideal. And yeah, just under recovered, I think. So, but it's interesting. You know, it's my obsession with running, and my fascination with it is that you get to see all the differences, then peaks and troughs of different experiences you can have in your body and your mind. And it's not just like that. It's like that, physical and mental. And it's fascinating if you just kind of let yourself observe it without getting too lost in it. Oh, my shoulder hurts. So something that makes me very aware that I'm fatigued and I find very interesting is, like, I can tell the kind of my reaction time in my feet is like half a second slower, which obviously doesn't sound much, but it is when you're going downhill at a relatively fast pace. Like, I feel like if I move my legs too quick, I'm just going to fall, because I'm like a second behind in my head where my feet are. No, my feet are a second behind where anyway. Last bit though, and I was thinking, obviously, you know, we have to be running another 30 miles of this, up more elevation in 7 weeks' time. But, you know, I was thinking, could I do that again? Yeah, I could. Will I want to? No. But, you know, obviously, in an ultra, I will have tapered, I'll be on very fresh legs, and I will have carb loaded, of which I have done none of them things. So, honestly, this kind of floor, oh, it's changed now. Why is the floor changed? With all the little rocks in it. Look at this. This is actually the death trap. So, oh fuck, that's 20.06 miles done, 4 hours 19 minutes, and I did 1,189 meters of ascent, which is good. So, time to die. That was hard, but actually really, really good. I actually enjoyed that. The first 10 miles I did not enjoy, but that was the easiest physically. The last 10 miles I actually really enjoyed, although I felt absolutely destroyed, but I kind of just fell into that feeling and I was kind of enjoying it in a weird way. So yeah, but that's the furthest I've ran since the ultra actually, which is like 2 months ago. So that's good. So plan of action now, got about an hour's drive home. Hopefully, no, this isn't too warm. This is water that I brought with me, but it has been sat in the sun. I should probably drink the rest of my electrolytes, but if I'm completely honest, the thought of drinking them makes me want to be sick. Like the sweet taste. So I drive home for an hour in very safe conditions. I don't know what that means. So 8 hours later, I'm home. Now we're gonna eat food. However, something interesting, so I actually weighed myself for the first time before running and after running, just to see how much, it's always a good indicator of like how much water you've lost. And I'm actually well shocked. So before I ran, after going to the toilet, etc., I was 66.9 kilos. And then when I got back, I was 65.2 kilos, which that's like crazy. That's like 1.7 kilograms. That's mental. So yeah, obviously gonna need to refuel and rehydrate, which I knew anyway, but my typical post-run thing, and the only thing I actually ever want to eat after running, is a really big bowl of porridge with blueberries and peanut butter. Anything else, I'm alright, thanks. But yeah, must eat. So this is the day after. I should probably give a bit more context as to what I'm actually training for. So in about 7 weeks' time, I'm doing a 50-mile ultra up Mount Snowdon, which will be fun and fucking terrifying. So I've got 7 weeks left of training. So actually probably 3 proper weeks of training, including deloads and a taper. So this is the day after yesterday, 20-mile run. And I actually feel the best I've ever felt after that kind of distance. Like, woke up, like I literally can't feel anything. I'm not, like, no kind of achiness, no stiffness. Like my calves are a bit tight and my, I can, that's literally it, to be fair. But normally I'd wake up perhaps a bit more fatigued. I mean, I'm definitely a bit more tired, but basically no drastic effects of such a long run, which is great, to be honest, because if I can recover from that, plus all the elevation I covered, just shows that my body's become more durable, which is good. So kind of how things look then today, so day after, is focus just on getting lots of carbs in, because I will have burnt in total upwards of 4,000 calories yesterday, on top of my kind of just general existence. So get lots of carbs and get lots of food in, lots of water. I'll have a nice big salt bath tonight, even though it's 28 degrees. Doesn't really do anything, but it does add a nice psychosomatic effect. This is also something I've bought. I mean, soft tissue, work does have a place, only when it's required. It doesn't, if I was just to put this all over my muscles, like, it's not really going to do much. But any kind of tight spots, I'll just kind of drill this away. But yeah, so that's kind of it. Rest today. Potentially might train, might do a short push session in the gym, but probably not. So probably about to train tomorrow. But yeah, that's basically it. Today is all about recovery, reading, studying, day off work, just coming back to baseline. But yeah, I'm going to keep on documenting my training because it's actually really fun, and I like articulating things, and I also find running very meaningful, if you haven't already noticed, and I like sharing that kind of thing, so that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, today's plan of action is just food, and more food. But yeah, anyway, bye, thanks.